CM Punk is the brand new WWE Undisputed Champion, and many people have feelings about it. Hey everyone, it's Robert D. Felice of The Wrestling Apologist, and I'm here to talk about what went down on the July 6th episode of Monday Night Raw from Chicago, Illinois. And let's not bury the lead. CM Punk defeated Sami Zayn for the title. He wasn't even supposed to face Sami Zayn. It was supposed to be Cody. They did an angle earlier in the night where Gunther takes out Cody to continue their rivalry and the rivalry Gunther has with Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM. Punk is a clairvoyant man and he gets the title shot. He spoke about falling into his lap. And that's exactly what it did, and that's exactly what I want to focus on here because CM Punk is now the guy who just gets random title shots fall into falling into his lap because he's that top superstar now. And I think back to his problems when he left WWE in 2014 and how a lot of it stemmed from the fact that he wanted to be that guy. He was tired of having to put over Triple H and The Undertaker and The Rock and Brock Lesnar and all of these part time guys. Because remember, at the time, part time guys were a new concept. And you didn't really have guys like Brock Lesnar who were only working a handful of shows a year. Punk wanted to be that guy, and I think with this victory tonight in Chicago, it's pretty safe to say that he got his wish. He's now that guy. He's now one of the only four people the company feels comfortable building around, and it looks like he's going to fight Cody Rhodes for the title at SummerSlam. But there are other options, right? Like Sammy needs another title shot. Gunther still needs a proper one-on-one title shot. You've got Randy Orton, who ended WrestleMania Saturday holding the title over his head. He's still nowhere to be found. And I mean, there is also Oba, and we know Oba's not going to get the shot at SummerSlam because he wants to fight Brock. But at some point, maybe this is the title that Oba chooses to go after. I'm personally excited. CM Punk is one of my longtime favorites, and I enjoy the stuff he's doing more than most on the roster because at least when he speaks on the microphone, there's a bit of originality and uniqueness to what he does. So I'm happy that we're going to get a bit of a summer of Punk. On the flip side, you might say, what about Sammy? I know a lot of people are upset. I know a lot of people feel like, LOL, they trolled Sami Zayn, or boo, he's a transitional champion. I don't think you lose anything with this run. He had an amazing moment that nobody can take away from him. And him being a transitional champion puts him in the plane of guys like Foley and Daniel Bryan and Edge and a lot of really top tier WWE superstars. So I personally don't feel like Sami Zayn loses anything by being a transitional champion. And who's to say that he won't get the belt back at some point between now and whenever he chooses to hang up his boots? The important thing for Sammy is that he did get there, even if it was just for a week. He was able to say, I was the WWE champion. And by the way, even a Mick Foley, who's one of the greatest legends of the last 30 years, didn't even make it a full week with any of his reigns with the WWE Championship. So I think Sammy's in good company. There's nothing to worry about there. It feels like WWE wants to do the matches they had set for WrestleMania 42 originally, with one main event being Roman versus Rollins, the other being Punk versus Cody. I'm curious to see how this all shakes out. I'm curious to know if we're going to ever find out where Randy Orton is and what his plans are for the rest of the year. I'm excited to see what Punk has going on for the rest of the summer. I hope he's around for the rest of the year without any more breaks, because he truly is such a unique performer. And I felt this way even when he was in AEW. When he's on the mic, you see what's missing from a lot of the wrestling world. And even though I know he's lost a lot of the goodwill that he had with the fan base for so many years, I think you can't deny what he brings to WWE or any wrestling company as a performer. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the shakeup of this storyline. Does that mean Punk is going straight over to SmackDown for the rest of the summer or for the rest of the year? What happens now? Where do we go? Will Sammy get his shot at the Guardian? Will Sammy just move on to fighting with someone else? Is he going to realign with the Bloodline to try and get his belt back? There's a lot of moving parts here, and I think most importantly to me, WWE is doing something I've been clamoring for them to do for a long time, and that's returning to short title reigns. You know, this year we've seen the championship change hands multiple times, quite a few times on TV. You know, Drew McIntyre has been champion this year. Sami Zayn's been champion this year. Now Punk. You've had a couple Cody runs. I like the idea of shorter championship reigns because I think after the 1,314-day reign from Roman Reigns, it really feels like you need to reinstill in the audience that anything can happen on any night. And that's what they did here. So overall, I'm positive on this move. It was a fun match, which is no surprise given the two athletes, but I'm super positive. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, I dive a little deeper in my Substack post, which I'll leave in the description. But I'm excited. I'm really stoked about CM Punk, stoked about the road to SummerSlam, which is usually the last major event of the year before WWE straight goes into cruise control until the Royal Rumble, which is scary that we're already that deep into the year. But let's see where we go from here. If you stuck around this long, thank you. If you want to follow me anywhere on social media, right now that's at Dude Felice. I am considering making exclusive wrestling apologist accounts just to see where we go, but follow the Substack, follow me on socials if you'd like. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, I will talk to you guys whenever something else happens in the world of wrestling that I feel like talking about. Thanks.